Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Shlok number 41. Shin Vritterabhijatasyev Mane Grihnit Grahan Grahayeshu Tat Sthat Dajnata Samapatti. The yogi, whose vrittis have thus become powerless, controlled, obtains in the receiver the instrument of receiving and the received, the self, the mind, and external objects. Concentratedness and sameness like the crystal before different colored objects. Commentary on Sri Patanjali Yoga Sutra by Swami Vivekananda. What results from this constant meditation? We must remember how, in a previous aphorism, Patanjali went into the various states of meditation, how the first would be the gross, and second the fine, and from them the advance was to still finer objects. The result of this meditation is that we can meditate as easily on the fine as on the gross objects. Here the yogi sees the three things: the receiver, the received, and the receiving instrument, corresponding to the soul, external objects, and the mind. There are three objects of meditation given us. First, the gross things as bodies or material objects. Second, fine things as the mind, the chitta, and the third, the Purusha qualified, not the Purusha itself, but the egoism. By practice, the yogi gets established in all these meditations. Whenever he meditates, he can keep out all other thoughts. He becomes identified with that on which he meditates. When he meditates, he is like a piece of crystal. Before flowers, the crystal becomes almost identified with the flowers. If the flower is red, the crystal looks red, or if the flower is blue, the crystal looks blue. Shlok number 41, 42. तत्र शब्दार्थ ज्ञान विकल्पई संकीर्णा सवित्कार समापत्ति ही. Sound, meaning, and resulting knowledge being mixed up is called samadhi with question. Commentary on Sri Patanjali Yoga Sutra by Swami Vivekananda. Sound here means vibration, meaning the nerve currents which conduct it, and knowledge reaction. All the various meditations we have had so far, Patanjali calls Savitarka, meditation with question. Later on, he gives us higher and higher dhyanas. In these that are called with question, we keep the duality of subject and object which result from the mixture of word, meaning, and knowledge. There is first the external vibration, the word, this carried inward by the sense currents in the meaning. After that, there comes a reactionary wave in the chitta, which is knowledge, but the mixture of these three makes up what we call knowledge. In all the meditations up to this, we get this mixture as objects of meditation. The next samadhi is higher. Shloka number 43. स्मृति परिशुद्धौ स्वरूप शून्य वार्ध मात्र निर्भाषा निवृत्तकार. The samadhi called without question comes when the memory is purified or devoid of qualities, expressing only the meaning of the meditated object. Commentary on Sri Patanjali Yoga Sutra by Swami Vivekananda. It is by the practice of meditation of these three that we come to the state where these three do not mix. We can get rid of them. We will first try to understand what these three are. Here is the chitta. You will always remember the simile of the mind stuff to a lake and the vibration, the word, the sound, like a pulsation coming over it. You have that calm lake in you, and I pronounce a word cow. As soon as it enters through your ears, there is a wave produced in your chitta along with it. So that wave represents the idea of the cow, the form or the meaning as we call it. The apparent cow that you know is really the wave in the mind stuff that comes as a reaction to the internal and external sound vibrations. With the sound, the wave dies away. It can never exist without a word. You may ask how it is. When we only think of the cow and do not hear a sound, you make that sound yourself. You are saying cow faintly in your mind, and with that comes a wave. There cannot be any wave without this impulse of sound, and when it is not from outside, it is from inside, and when the sound dies, the wave dies. What remains? The result of the reaction, and that is knowledge. These three are so closely combined in our mind that we cannot separate them. When the sound comes, the senses vibrate and the wave rises in reaction. They follow so closely upon one another that there is no discerning one from the other. When this meditation has been practiced for a long time, memory, the receptacle of all impressions, becomes purified, and we are able clearly to distinguish them from one another. This is called nirvitarka, concentration without question.